Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best gaming TV for PS5.
Starting at number 5.
Hisense 85-inch class. If you want the Hisense U8/U8K but are tight on money, you can safely step down to the best lower mid-range TV for PS5 that we've tested, the Hisense U7K. It's dimmer than the U8K, with worse contrast, but it has almost the same feature set. Plus, it's still easily bright enough for a very good HDR experience, and its contrast is excellent overall, so it looks great when gaming in a dark room. It has fantastic reflection handling, so it handles very bright rooms well. It has a good local dimming solution to emphasize highlights and improve the TV's contrast further. It's also a very colorful TV, so it's very pleasant to watch in any context. The U7K has the same big drawback as the U8K, namely its disappointing viewing angle. But its response time is excellent, clearly faster than its more expensive sibling, making it an enticing option for gamers hoping to save money on a great TV. It still has superbly low input lag and offers an extremely responsive gaming experience. And just like the higher-end Hisense, it has two HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports, each capable of up to 4K at 144 Hz, alongside full VRR and auto low latency mode (ALLM) support. Furthermore, it still has full 120 Hz Dolby Vision support, a great feature for a lower mid-range model.
Coming at number 4.
Hisense 55-inch. The Hisense U8/U8K is the best 4K TV for PS5 in the mid-range category that we've tested. It has worse picture quality in dark rooms than the OLEDs on this list, with their near-infinite contrast ratio and perfect black uniformity. Still, for an LED TV, the Hisense has fabulous contrast and black uniformity, both helped by a great local dimming solution to make blacks dark and inky. It has excellent HDR peak brightness and displays a wide range of colors for a vivid and lifelike experience, and with its fantastic reflection handling, it looks great in bright rooms. It also supports full 120 Hz Dolby Vision, which is great even though Dolby Vision support is still rare on the PS5. Two of its 4 HDMI ports have HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, capable of up to 4K at 144 Hz with full VRR support, which is great for the PS5 or a recent gaming PC. Of course, stepping down to a mid-range TV has a few drawbacks. The primary drawback is the Hisense's narrow viewing angle, so it's a poor choice for a wide seating arrangement. The Hisense also has worse motion handling than the Sony X93L/X93CL, so it's not as good for competitive gamers who are more sensitive to ghosting and motion blur. With VRR enabled, the Hisense's response time performance noticeably shifts as the TV's refresh rate hovers around 100 Hz. But more importantly, it's a buggier TV than the more expensive TVs. Still, it's a great performer but not as dependable as the more expensive models. If you have very deep pockets, Hisense also has a limited release super high-end product, the Hisense UX. It's better than the U8K but for a massive price increase. It's likely not worth it for most people.
At number 3.
LG C3 Series 48. If you want an OLED that is not only a great gaming TV for the PS5 but can also be an excellent home theater TV, consider the upper mid-range LG C3 OLED. It's a premium TV that delivers stunning picture quality. Thanks to its near-infinite contrast ratio, there's no blooming around bright objects, and it has dark, inky blacks. It truly looks fantastic in dark rooms when gaming. That said, while it gets bright enough to fight glare even in moderately lit rooms and has incredible reflection handling, it doesn't use quantum dot technology. This means that colors aren't as bright as the Samsung S90C OLED. The LG partly makes up for it by being more versatile, as it has better image processing, Dolby Vision HDR support, and can pass through advanced DTS audio formats. It also supports full 120 Hz Dolby Vision, which is great to have even though Dolby Vision support is still rare on the PS5. Of course, it still delivers incredible gaming performance with a nearly instantaneous response time, resulting in crystal clear motion with no distracting blur behind fast-moving objects. It's also packed with gaming features, including full HDMI 2.1 bandwidth support on all 4 inputs, meaning you can take full advantage of your PS5 while having a bunch of other HDMI 2.1 devices connected. If you love this TV but would like it to be a bit more vibrant, consider the more expensive LG G3 OLED. The G3 is one of the brightest OLEDs on the market and is certainly brighter than the C3, but it's not worth the price difference for most people.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony 65-inch Mini. The Sony X93L/X93CL is the best TV for PS5 we've tested if you prefer to game in a bright room. It features a mini LED backlight that allows it to get extremely bright, and, combined with its decent local dimming feature, HDR content stands out incredibly well. It looks amazing in a dark room, although not as much as the Samsung S90C OLED, as there's more noticeable blooming around bright objects, and blacks aren't as deep. However, it's still an excellent TV with a great selection of features, so there's something for everyone. It has a 120Hz panel with HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 of its HDMI ports, meaning you can play 4K games up to 120 frames per second on the PS5. It has HDMI 4 VRR support, which works well with the console. Games feel quick and responsive thanks to the quick response time, extremely low input lag, and excellent motion handling. And as it's a Sony TV, it's part of Sony's perfect for PS5 lineup, which includes a few Sony exclusive features designed for PS5 gamers, like Auto HDR tone mapping, which automatically optimizes the HDR settings for your TV. The Sony X95L is a step up from this TV and is the best LED TV we've ever tested, but it's only available in an 85-inch size in North America. You can get the X95L in 65 and 75-inch sizes in other regions, but its price premium over the X93L isn't worth it for most people.
And number 1.
Samsung 55-inch. The best TV for PS5 that we've tested is the Samsung S90C OLED. It's a fantastic TV that delivers an incredible gaming experience. Fast-paced action games look incredible thanks to the nearly instantaneous response time, so there's almost no noticeable blur or ghosting behind fast-moving objects. Its input lag is extremely low, which makes for extremely responsive gaming. It's bright and colorful in HDR and SDR, so your games look great, especially in a dark room. Due to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports, the TV can take full advantage of everything the PS5 offers, including 4K at 120Hz gaming in games that support it. And if you're also a PC gamer, the Samsung can reach 4K at 144Hz on all its HDMI ports. If you'd like an OLED TV that is part of Sony's perfect for PS5 lineup, which includes a few Sony exclusive features designed for PS5 gamers, look up the more expensive Sony A95L OLED. It has Auto HDR tone mapping, which automatically optimizes the HDR settings for your TV, ensuring you get the best HDR experience possible without manually playing with the settings. However, it has worse input lag than the Samsung model, so gaming isn't as responsive, and the TV is much more expensive. You could also opt for the higher-end Samsung S95C OLED, which is brighter than the S90C, but its price premium is not worth it for most people.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.